Hi there, this is my comparison video between the 3M 6800 and the 6200. These are both long-term respirator masks, and you buy separate filters that come with them depending on what you want to filter against. The 3M 6200 came in a pack because it was bought in a bundle, so it came in just a plastic pack, and got the international version of the acid gas cartridge. These are pretty hefty, filter against quite a lot of different gases and acids, so that's the reason why I got these, but it's got lots of different languages on it, so it's the international version. And then also got the particle extension to go onto the back of them, and these are the particle filters. I think they're the 3M 5N11. You can see there on it, 3M 5N11, and these basically just go on the outside of these acid filters that you got, but they're gas acid filters, so you just kind of click them on onto the existing. So I've got some open already because I've just been using it to trim some carbon fibre. So I just, as you can see, I've still got it fresh on my face. So they just click on like that. And that's the way it looks. And these go onto the sides of the mask. So I realise a lot of you are always looking for a quick answer at the start of this review, so I'm going to tell you now which of these I prefer, and you can probably tell from the way my face looks that I ended up using this a lot more than this one. We've got a couple of these, so these are brand new ones, and I tested this one out earlier. And the reason why I preferred this one over the other one, I do a lot of trim work, carbon fibre trim work, so there's a lot of dust in the air and things like that, and but I'm constantly taking these on and off. So the ease of use of this mask is just ridiculous. It's just, you have the double strap that goes in the back, and this strap that goes around here. Whereas you can see the difference in the speed. You can see the difference in the speed and time that it takes to get on when you compare this one, the 6800 to the 6200. Oh, well, yeah, it's actually quite painful to get off, because once you've got it tight, you've got it sealed around every single crevice around your face. Yeah, it's a little bit. The materials are more durable, so you've got silicone kind of. You can tell it's silicone because it stretches to around 3 times its length before it starts to, look like it's about to tear. So you've got nice durable straps on it and things like that. It seals quite well on your hair, so you don't have to put your hair back. But the 6200 is just so much easier because it's super lightweight. It just goes straight over with this double strap around the back of your head, like that, down to your face, and then clips around the back. And these straps just tighten up like that, so it's really easy. Whereas this one, you have to make sure that there's a proper seal around the edge of like the entire edge of your face. So yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. One of the advantages that I would have thought, one of the reasons why I personally got this one to try out is because I thought I don't need to wear goggles anymore. But the advantage of putting this on a lot faster is just kind of superiorly, like massively outweighs the fact that you don't have to wear goggles anyway. There are 4 valves on this one. So there's a valve for the filter that goes in. So the filters fit on like this. And then there's another valve that goes into the mouthpiece inside. And so there's quite a lot going on here. So in total there's 4 valves in total here. And no, there's also another valve for exhale, which is just on the front here. So you've got another valve there. So in total there's 5 valves. You're breathing in through into the mask, and there's a separate face piece here which goes around your mouth, which separates the place where you put where your eyes are, and then the bit that goes over your mouth, and that's kind of just to stop the misting up. But with this one, you've got 3 valves, so there's a lot less to go wrong. And I tested it, and there's really, really good suction against your face. And the way you can test that is you put this over, and you cover up this exhale valve, and it should bulge away from your face. And the better it bulges away from your face, the better the seal. The more it bulges away from your face, the better the seal. So it's a little tight. So it should bulge away quite nicely. So I don't know if you can see that, but it was bulging away from the face. On this one, there's a lot more to seal around, so you've got your entire face to seal around to make sure that the air that you're breathing in is actually going to be clean. So, and the way you can see that, and the reason for that is because the air is coming into this internal zone here where the glass is. So all of that internal zone is the air that you're going to breathe in later on through this second valve here, which goes into your mouth, and that internal zone is completely guarded by this huge area around your face, whereas this mask is just around your face here. So got less hair getting in the way for that seal to work properly, and there's less contours to adhere to around your face. So I think the seal on this one is a lot better from that point of view. So I'll just show you guys now how the actual filters fit onto the mask, because it was a little bit difficult at first. It took a lot of fiddling. So you've got like a little 3-piece zone here that goes into the male piece here. Both of these screw on clockwise. They don't actually go symmetrically in exactly the same position. So you actually want to line this up kind of like in the, let's say, 2 o'clock position on the left hand side. So now that's actually in the mask, and then I'll show you where it goes on the other side. Kind of goes in the 8 o'clock position on the left hand side. So they actually both go on like that, which is a little bit confusing at first, because you thought, previously I thought that both of them would go on like that, and then this one would go screw clockwise, anti-clockwise down that way, but it didn't. It obviously righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so it just actually twists up like that. So to tighten it, it just goes onto a kind of foam like rubbery gasket. They actually look pretty cool once they're on. So this piece is the long-term piece that you're going to be keeping, and these filters are the bits that you replace often. These are the outside particle filters, and the inside ones are rated for different gas protections. But to be honest, I just bought a bundle that I found online that was well rated for. I'll show you in the link below where I got it from, below the video. It's rated for, it says gas, acid and gas cartridge. So there's another review that I've done on 30-day disposable masks, and so these filters were rated far higher than the top end one that I was using previously on the 30-day reusable masks. So I just went for it because it was a good deal, and it was way overrated for what I needed anyway. So I'll show you what it looks like on my face. Got my cup of tea here. Leave the tea bag in because we're working late. So it's not bad. It's pretty low profile as well, so you can fit goggles on quite nicely. This goes a little bit lower on your face than the disposable ones. The disposable ones do. So you can fit a really wide variety of glasses, protective glasses or goggles if you're spraying. So they're pretty damn good masks to use. I'd probably say on the downside they are a little bit front heavy because the filters add a little bit extra weight, so they do feel like they want to come away from your face a little bit more than the 30-day disposable ones, but the filters on these you can replace, and they're a much lower cost than buying the 30-day renewable masks, and you're not just chucking the whole mask away. I also feel a little bit nicer that I've got my own mask because I work in a group of people, so it's nice to have my own because I don't want to be breathing in other people's kind of sweat and especially if someone's got a cold. So it's nicer just to have your own fresh one because sometimes the 30-day renewable ones get mixed up. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. These came in a bundle, so I bought this in a bundle. This came on its own. This is the one thing I wanted to talk about. So I got this one, and I noticed some trouble with it. So I didn't actually end up using this one for trimming because I was a little bit too worried that the air that I was going to be breathing in was not going to be fresh. So the actual face piece on this is separate to the glass piece, and I'll show you how that is. It basically twists on and off, and there's a gasket here which is like a rubber foam gasket. It's the same gasket that they use to actually seal the filters on. But if you twist it off, you can see that it raises away, but it goes back in and clicks in. So it has some resistance when it's clicking back in, but once it's back in position again, you can see it jiggles around a bit. And so that little jiggling around, for me, completely compromises the seal that you've got inside this internal zone, and that's the air that you're breathing in. And if you're in a spray booth, I mean, this is just I would just make sure that I've checked it before using it. But maybe they put the wrong gasket on this one. But I would probably try and tighten that up a bit by putting some kind of material in the mechanism inside, just so that the gasket is fully up against this this mask. But yeah, that little bit of wiggle, and you can notice it because I put the mask on, and I was basically breathing in and out, and I could see that once I push this up against up against the gasket, there was a lot better seal inside. So therefore, I knew, and by better seal, I could see this exhale valve moving out a lot further when I was breathing out, and this was pushed up against the gasket. I might be able to try it now and show you. So I'll show you before and after the gasket is pushed up against my face. So it's a little bit awkward to get into, as I said.
It does look cool, I've got to say that. You look like you're out of some kind of video game like Halo or something. So it's fully sealed against my face on the inside, which is nice, and it feels nice on my face, and there's a lot more peripheral vision. So with normal goggles, when you're spraying or you're trimming or something, if you've got safety glasses on, it's so tight to your face that you... and it has that little bit of an extension out from your face, the safety goggles. But anyway, you've got better peripheral vision with this compared to normal goggles, I would say. So that's one advantage of using these. But I would say I just want to show an example of how the seal that I got noticed from the seal. So if I raise this away from my face, so basically, this should always be very tightly fit on this gasket, but I can actually play around with this a little bit. And I'm going to breathe out just with the same kind of amount of volume that I would normally. And that's raised away. So now I'm going to put it a little bit closer and then seal it against my face. And I personally can hear a difference in sound, and I can see this going out a little bit more than it would do when it's raised away. This little section here. So I don't feel very comfortable being in a spray booth or having particles in the air if I've got this a little bit loose and air can get in to this inside zone, and then the second valve here, which you can see opening and closing, I'm going to be breathing that air in, so I just felt a little bit uncomfortable wearing it. It's overall, I mean, it looks cool. I've got good peripheral vision. I don't need to wear goggles separately, and it also comes with a screen protector. So if you are doing spray work, you can put these on, and you can keep on purchasing them. And I just realised you can hear me a bit better like this. Yeah, it comes with a screen protector, so you can keep on purchasing them, and if you get these all fogged up with like lacquer or whatever, you can renew them rather than throwing away a set of goggles or whatever every time that you're doing a new set of a bit of lacquer work. But yeah, I still think I prefer the 6200 over the 6800, which is this one. I'll show you what it looks like with the actual filters on. I never tried putting it on with the actual mask on, but it does look pretty damn cool. I'll have to take it off.
So, same again. That's what it looks like now.
It's just this. If you try and tighten it without holding onto the mask, it just jars your face. So it's a little bit difficult. The buckles are quite nice. They're made out of steel. Buckles on this plastic. So anyway, I'll just illustrate what it looks like on your face with all the stuff on. It's not that bad. Yeah, I would just be careful about this seal. I used to have this, so it had this on. I just took it off to illustrate. This is the final exhale valve. It's made out of silicone as well. So these are all really easily to wash parts. Yeah, very durable parts to use. I won't bother putting this back on, there's no point.
So yeah, I think overall from 3M, they're two good products. Maybe I've received the wrong gasket on this. So this is slightly thinner than the gaskets that go on the actual filter here. You can see it's slightly thicker in this gasket. Maybe if I send it back and get it replaced, I'll give them an email and see what happens. But yeah, I wouldn't want to use this yet because I know that I just noticed that little compromise in the seal. The materials that are used for it. I've worked some product design before, so I've got a good basic knowledge of materials. The actual mask itself, this looks like a silicone kind of material. It's very stretchy, tear resistant, very well moulded, and the actual plastic fascia itself looks to be made from something like TPU, the same kind of thing you'd make ski boots out of. Very tear resistant, durable materials. They are very scratch resistant as well. It's pretty rigid. I know that this is going to last a long time, and it's also pretty damn lightweight, so I think this is pretty damn good design. The gaskets themselves, if you've ever heard of kind of like pour-on material, they're rubbery but also foam. So like a rubbery foam texture. I'll show you what the gasket looks like. And that allows you to have quite a lot of pressure put onto the filters themselves, and also have that rubbery texture to seal it well for the air seal. So that's pretty nice. So I think these masks are pretty well made from 3M, and but I'm convinced on this one. I think this is a good upgrade from the disposable masks that I've had, and I would continue to buy the filters for this. And once this kind of got a bit messy and whatever, I would probably replace this again. I'm not convinced on this yet, just because it's a little bit harder to put on. But I may be convinced to use it if I could get that seal working, and the advantage of peripheral revision. If I was doing more spray work, I probably would end up using it, just because the goggles that I've been finding so far have not had enough kind of peripheral vision. I've had to look up and down quite a lot in order to kind of see what I'm doing, so moving my neck rather than just moving my eyes. So yeah, so that's my review of these masks. If you want if you want to find out where I got them from, I'll post a link in the description below. I bought them in a bundle because they were a lot cheaper in a bundle rather than buying all the parts separately. Didn't have to pay for the extra delivery and stuff like that, and it all came with the particle filter as well as the gas filter. So check out the links below. I may be able to find some local information if you're in a different country. So just check it below, and yeah, and tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you like this review. If you like it, I'll keep on putting out more reviews, and yeah, I'll see you soon.